Why don't you tell us a little bit about the story for anyone who obviously hasn't got a chance to see it yet?
Newcomer is basically, it's an industrial espionage thriller. So it's about the private spying world, which is basically the kind of whole black market of freelance espionage. So gathering information, putting out hits, and it's a whole market. It's about a young American orphan who ends up in a private spy ring through his father figure in Belgrade. All these spy rings are very international, they're like small multinationals. But this particular ring is doing an operation in Belgrade, Serbia. And the operation goes completely wrong, everyone dies, and my character gets blamed for it. And he's basically on the run, and there's a manhunt out for him. And he has to prove his innocence, prove that he didn't kill everyone in the operation. And the only way he can do that is through a sound recording that he has of the event. And it's very much a kind of a fish out of water, you know, kind of story. You know, the character I play, Alex, is very much a kind of working class, all-American guy who is just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And being, you know, on the run and lost and alone and perhaps falsely accused in Serbia, in the Balkans, when he hasn't even travelled outside of the States is quite a scary thing.
And I mean, he has quite a tough ride in the film. But is that kind of like, as an actor, it's kind of a great kind of character to be able to play because he's got so much kind of going on and stuff. So was that something that really attracted you to the project and to him?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, like you say, it's an amazing role, and I was very fortunate to be cast in it, really. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, my personal hook to the character was kind of, you know, the fact that, for me, the film was very much about family, you know, and I think it was very interesting when I read Kai's script and when I was talking to Kai about the role, is that really, you know, when you have no family, when you're an orphan and you end up getting your first job, which is really what this is for Alex, his first proper job. I think if you enjoy that job, they become your family. And I think sometimes you can maybe become a little bit too close and tied to it, you know, and blinded by certain things. So for me, that's what it was really about, was a young, you know, naive American's journey to have a family, you know, and that really being thrown back in his face in different ways. But yeah, I mean, around that, you know, the dressing is kind of a spy thriller, and I hope it is quite fun and entertaining as well. But yeah, that was the appeal for me. For me, there has to be a kind of an emotional, human element to anything that you do as an actor. Otherwise, you know, there's no humanity, and it's difficult to act something that's not at least inspired by real emotions.
Finally, how do you feel to be obviously having your film represented at Raindance Film Festival this year?
To open a film festival is amazing. I mean, that's never happened to me. I've had films do well at festivals, but I've never had a film open. I think for Newcomer, it's probably very important because, you know, it was very much a labour of love for the people involved. It's quite a small film in terms of budget, but I'm sure you'd agree they've gone for it and they've tried to make it, you know, pretty cinematic, and I think the production value is amazing. But you have to have somewhere to launch your little independent stories, and to open a festival like Raindance is nothing but a great thing, and the exposure it will get and the people that will watch it in the cinema. But you know, Raindance is, I think, something that is so important for anyone starting out in film. And you know, in an industry that's very closed and a little bit, you know, of a club and quite elitist at times, I think it's really good to just have an open, you know, forum and an open festival and open place where people who want to really just fly and do films that are different can come and say, look, this is the film I made.